live now. Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. We're waiting for Princess. You know, she's in here in makeup. So at some point, she'll be with us.
You live? Fucking hell.
Yeah, we're live. We're live. This is what happens when old people get involved. No, it's not live yet on the internet. I'm waiting.
One watching.
That's me.
Can you see me?
I see. I see you. Oh my God! Look at you. Oh, you're beautiful. I love you.
Because before I was like silhouetted out a little bit, as you say.
I see you. You're my favorite person. Of course, I see you. You're right there. You're so close I can reach out and touch you, like the song used to be.
Hang on.
So there you go.
I'm trying to get the settings correct.
I know. This is before the live show.
I'm not trying to get them correct. I'm trying to optimize them. There's a level.
Yes, there you go. This is what we have to do while we're doing the live show for the kids. So you people on YouTube that are listening or watching, we apologize, but we'll be live, really live, when Princess shows up here in a few seconds. And there you go. And we are, as they say, back. So we missed you last week.
I would like to say the same.
Wow. You would like to stay the same. Nice.
I would like to say the same. I would like to say.
I know. I see how it is now. Fine.
There's a bit of hedging there, because that could mean that I would like to say the same, or it could mean I'd like to say the same. It depends on the body movements.
Well, I see that, but the fans missed you. We got lots of cards and letters from people saying we miss him. And I was saying who, and they go, that guy.
This is what we're going to talk about, yeah. But it seems that 80 to 90% of the fans that were missed were actually hanging out with me in Intertabac in Dortmund.
I was just going to say, all our fans were at your show asking for your autograph and taking selfies and whatnot. And you picked up a few groupies along the way. It's you're an international celebrity now.
Let me get the angle correct, if you don't mind.
Oh my God, you're worse than Princess.
That's bad angle fixing. Yeah, it's a live show. The whole point.
There's a better angle. There you go. Look at you.
Yeah, there's another angle.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the angle right so I can see you guys properly.
Well,
but anyway, it'll have to do.
There you go. So how you doing? Here on the new yacht. We like it. It's very nice.
I thought I'd have a little bit of a sunset going on in the background today.
I see that. I have the sunrise coming up over the horizon here on the yacht.
There's a permanent sunset in this.
Oh, mine's every 24 hours sunrise. So
how you getting, Stephen? So you moved to just to let everyone know, you're in a bit of a new location. You're off the yacht. You're into the penthouse.
Yes, we're in the penthouse.
So if you look down, you can see the F1 circuit going past you on the Monaco Straight.
That's very true. And I'd like to thank all the little people that made it possible for me to get here, but I can't remember them. So why thank them?
That's what happens when you squash them down.
I know. Well, listen, there's squashing and then there's squashing. So, but anyway, so no, it's very nice. I sent you pictures this morning of the view. We have the beautiful ocean, rivers, or whatever over there. We have the city over there. It's a beauty. It's very nice. So.
Sometimes, when we're doing these videos, right? Yeah. Well, so this YouTube thing, I get this very hostage kind of feeling.
Why? No one's putting a gun to your head.
It's a bit like a hostage video.
That's only when Princess shows
I don't find that funny, right? But it just feels a little bit sort of like, oh, fucking hell, where the hell are we? What are we doing? And the reason I say this is not many people would know until I say it again and again. You and I, we actually haven't met in person, and we've known each other for like 2 or 3 years. And this is the wonderful world of post-COVID communications. Yeah. And COVID is still in my mind because it only happened 5 years ago, which feels like a lifetime, but it also feels like yesterday.
Yeah.
But one of the cool things that happened last week, which is why I couldn't be on your show, is I had a semi-last-minute invite to what I understood to be the world's biggest tobacco and vapes fair. And this was in Dortmund in North Germany. Mm-hmm. And me, as someone who has got used to, over the last 20 years of driving around Europe, I have no, when you've broken the inhibition, it just, the world is yours, right? As long as it's within hitting distance of, let's say, 5 or 6 hours, I really don't mind jumping in a car and just going.
That's cool.
I'm like that, right? And I guess that's how you do your shopping in the USA. If you want to go shopping at the local
Yeah,
mall, it's a 6 hour drive. We're in
that's
any
very
bloody
true.
direction, right? Okay.
Very true.
But for Europe, driving in North Europe is a fascinating thing. And so that's what I did. Is last Wednesday night, so a week ago on Wednesday night, jumped in a
Yeah.
car, drove pretty much sort of like 5 or 6 hours, almost 7 hours, including a channel tunnel crossing. You drive
Oh,
onto
I
the
love the
train.
Channel Tunnel. That's the best.
Right. So what you do, you drive down to Folkestone.
Yep.
You got your ticket. You paid your ticket in advance, so you can buy your ticket there, and you kind of like you drive your car onto the train.
Yep.
And this is a train that only carries cars. If anyone's wondering what the fuck is going on here, this is a train that only carries cars.
Right.
And they run every sort of 20, 30 minutes. That's my recollection. And in 35 minutes, once you're on the train in 35 minutes, you're in France, your car pulls off, you hit the motorway, and you're gone. It's that simple. It's
Yep.
that simple. And so it's a bit of a no-brainer. So I went to this fair, let's call it fair and exhibition, which is
Right.
right next to a very famous football stadium in Dortmund in North Germany. People who are into their football know this stuff. I don't know anything, right? Okay.
Okay.
And for all purposes, I'm going to a small town, not a village, but a small town.
Right.
So clean, so well organized, people
Nice.
very polite, very well
Right.
mannered. Any like if you grab a basic sandwich out of a shop, it's really well. It's sort of like so it seems to me that the Japanese have attained that status of being the Japanese of North Europe. Everything is very, very clean and very sort of
Nice.
well organized. So
Okay.
whatever the reasons behind that, but that's what they are.
Right.
And I was going to elaborate, or I'm going to elaborate on this show. You may have a few questions, and I suggested that maybe Usman, between you and Usman, you can ask me some quick fire questions about this event.
Well, I just want to know how many autographs did you sign? Because I know you have no ego, and I figured you would tell us how many autographs you signed. And then I was going to tell you, I was going to reveal a medical fact that I learned this week, which I was very, very excited about.
That sounds painful. Should we kick off with this medical fact?
Sure, because Usman's probably going to blush when I say this. So I was talking to a doctor, and I said to the doctor, I said, "Doctor, I know a stork brings, white babies, and a blackbird brings black babies." I said, "What brings no babies?" He told me it was a swallow, and I was like, "Oh, good to know." So I was very excited to hear that.
I
So
really was
now,
wondering where that one was going.
yeah,
Yeah.
I knew, I figured you were.
Excellent,
So
excellent.
thank you, thank you. We have people saying hello to us now. Who's saying hello? With the cigar analyst, Stephen is on the yacht for real today. I see. Yes, Ali, I am on the yacht for real today.
Well,
So
it's more of
the
a penthouse yacht.
it's more of a penthouse.
If
The yacht's downstairs because you have to have your boat close to where you live. So yes, we have the new view here, Ali. There's just for you. There you can see, and then we have a view over there. There you can see. Very nice. Okay, now everybody's happy. So there you go. So
should
you
we
went to
wait?
Intertabac.
So,
You were like the celebrity. You told me because you're not shy. That you are like the most famous person there, and if you ask you, you'll tell you that. But you told me that everybody was stomping you. People were just like Reza. They were bowing to you and throwing pebbles and bleach at your feet, and there was a whole thing. And then, of course, you woke up, and then you went to the actual event. So tell us, like the people you met. I know one cigar brand you met that we want to talk about because it's new, non-Cuban, but you were in love with it. You couldn't stop raving about it, and I'm very excited.
well, let me tell you offhand. I'm trying to give you a little bit of background because that will ease me into this
Oh my God.
conversation as
You
well.
need
I
you need
was not.
easing, huh?
I really didn't know. I mean, I had seen coverage of It's called Intertabac
Right,
on. So I have it's an annual event. Takes place for 3 days on normally a Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
right.
And I had seen this on Instagram, on social media last year, the year before, and I didn't quite have a sense of how big it was
Okay.
from those social media. And I got there and I realized it's absolutely huge. And
Really?
if I could give you an estimate, I would have imagined that there was between 10 and 15,000 people at this exhibition.
Just to see
Uh,
you. Wow, that is
and
truly
well, that's
amazing.
I'm kind of building up this context for you. and so again, anyone who wants to check these things can go and check. But I would imagine there were about 10 exhibition halls,
Wow.
different exhibition, and each exhibition hall was perhaps the size of a large aircraft hangar. Okay.
Wow, that's crazy.
And 2 exhibition halls were dedicated to cigars. The other exhibition halls were dedicated to things like vapes, cigarettes, other tobacco products. I mean, a couple of years ago, Mike Tyson was there promoting his marijuana product,
His cannabis, right? Because Mike's big into
etc.,
cannabis.
etc., etc. And let me
Yeah.
just tell you that the vape stands were full of very, very pretty girls promoting vapes. Okay, so it
Wow.
was sort of aimed, so you could see from the marketing what kind of crowd. So there's a younger crowd
Right.
being addressed in the vape section, cigarette section. Well, not cigarette
Wait, I have a
section.
question. Does that mean all the cigar vendors had old, crusty old men going, "Oh, you
Well,
want a
that's
cigar?"
that. There you go. So I was building up to that. One of the very
Okay.
interesting things I found in the overall, I'll give you an overall. The cigar areas attract the full age range. You have
Right.
youngsters there, you have old industry stalwarts there, you have people wearing funny lederhosen, walking around smoking pipes. Oh, I forgot that. There's the pipes as well. So
There's a pipe.
that's a
That's
very,
not real. They're not real. They're not like real official. They smoke
it's
pipes. They don't
very,
even count.
that's very niche, but it's
Yeah.
everything to do with tobacco is represented. I'm sure somewhere there was
Yeah.
shisha as well, but I didn't get round to that, right?
Sure.
Now here's another interesting thing.
Please tell us.
I'm walking around an exhibition. So imagine you go to any exhibition in the US. We're walking around smoking cigars
Yeah.
indoors,
I
everywhere.
love that. Sure. Well, you're in the land,
Cigarettes,
you're in the land
cigars,
of,
whatever. And any stand you go to, they're very generous. All the retailers and distributors,
Really?
very, very generous.
But it's invite only, correct? Or you can pay to go.
You can pay to go. I was invited by my buddy Zhao.
Okay,
who
Mr. Three
was-
Cigar Smoker at once. Oh, he's a legend now.
So here's the deal. Here's the deal. Here's where the lines all get fudged, right?
Yeah.
So this is an industry event. It's
Okay.
for retailers, tobacco.
Yeah.
Excuse me. In context of cigars, retailers, tobacconists, etc., etc.
Sure.
But there were no end of casual smokers. I mean, people who are not retailers, people like me.
But you were invited, though.
Some,
You're a celebrity.
No.
and they
What I'm
need
trying to say,
celebrity.
no, the point I'm trying to make is invite or no invite. This is
Yeah.
an industry event, but you
Right.
will find people who are not retailers, but consumers. So you
Gotcha.
find consumers and sort of social media people, Instagrammers. You've got the
Right.
whole mix, and not only have you got the whole mix, you've got the whole mix of age range as well, which is what I was finding. Like I was at so at the end of every day, so this exhibition would run till about 6 o'clock.
Right.
And then the stands would start shutting down, but it was very
Right.
casual. You could still, like, if you wanted, you could just hang around till 7 o'clock,
If
8 o'clock.
if you can hold that thought for just 1 second, because you know who's coming. Princess has got her hair done and the makeup. So here we go. For those people that have been waiting for Princess, she's on her way. She's making her way down the stairs, but she hasn't put us on Instagram yet. You know, this is the problem. You can't get good help.
I thought he
I'm
was in
just
the green
saying.
room.
Yeah,
I thought the only
well,
reason you would know this, he's in the
there
green
you
room.
go. Princess is
I-
here, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. And just as Usman recommended, I put the flag on my profile and also the time zone.
All right. Well, I will do that next week. I'm sorry because
Hello
going
everyone.
between-
How
We're good. Thanks for slowing up the show. When are you planning on putting yourself on Instagram?
it won't be able to go live on Instagram.
Oh, our fans are going to be crushed.
I know. I'm figuring it out if it works. The problem is you guys start the live show before even it goes there, so there's no point. It is still 3 minutes to the show to go actually formally live.
Right. So
So-
we're waiting for you to put it on Instagram, and then we roll the credits.
So wait, I'm figuring because the problem is
We were just sitting here talking about, life and how we missed you. Oh, look. And there he goes. This is what happens.
No, I think he's trying to make it happen. I think he's gone off.
That is- I'm very much here, not going anywhere.
Oh, here we
Because
go.
Today I'm not on the laptop.
Oh, that's
to
why it
the-
won't happen. Okay, no problem. And you're having bad
I
internet.
am on the iPad.
Oh, the iPad doesn't work. The iPad's for communists.
Okay, folks,
iPads are even better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the best. So, all right. Well, talking while he's on the iPad, everybody, why don't we have a dialogue keep going on about the show? What do we have? What else do we have going on in the show? What else did you find out? Tell us more.
So the format of this exhibition is it lasted for 3 days, and it would start at about 10 o'clock every morning until about 6 o'clock in the evening. And there is no end. So I'm going to stick now a little bit to the cigar area. There were two sort of aircraft hangar-sized cigar areas. And my guesstimate is that each exhibition area for cigars had maybe 100, 150 stands in it.
Okay, very nice.
Or no?
Sorry,
what?
Usman?
We hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. So
You're welcome very much.
3 times. I would really appreciate if you just wait for Stephen.
Yes, sir.
Can you please congratulations on the new place, first of all.
Thank you very much. And
right?
Before
if somebody has decided to show up this week, does not mean that we just give him the floor completely to himself so that he can just.
Well, I only joined the program, and I thought we would use up the time talking usefully about.
Let's do the needful. That is done. I mean, there is still 1 minute to go live. How are you feeling? How's your new place?
He was just telling everybody how he missed you, and he was crying in his pillow every night. And he was like, "Oh my God, how can I live without Usman?" He told me that. He was telling me the last 10 minutes while we were waiting for you how he missed you.
Are you referring this all about Mr. Reza Adil?
Yes, I am. But hold on 1 second, because it's now time to start the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
Welcome to Habanos Saturday, the fastest growing cigar show on YouTube with over 100,000 subscribers. Come join us every Saturday live. Every Saturday live.
All right, kids, we're back. And of course, now, there's Usman. I was going to say now he left us again. Yes. So.
No, I'm very much here. Okay, so he missed me so much. Much that he started talking about his shenanigans and his trip to Germany last week without even me. I can so believe what you're saying. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can I tell you? He would call me at night. He would call me weeping. He would be weeping, and I would be like, I miss him too. And then that was it. And then we were so excited to see you today, I think. Wait, let me read what it says in my notes. Yes, it says, I was very excited to see you today, and I missed you tremendously. There you go.
So devastated to hear this contradiction of words with the actions.
Thank you.
So in protest of this, yes. I will just say shut up the entire time today, and I will leave the floor to the princess so he can do whatever he wants to.
Every week.
And he can just talk about all the amount of beer that he has been drinking and all the chicks he had been looking at while he was away from UK. So
and yet you're doing all the talking.
Yeah, all the lights to you, Mr. Reza Adil. See, I just only took 2 minutes. The next 1 hour is yours.
There you go. No, we're
actually, the format of the show that we discussed today was that you and Stephen were going to ask me questions.
Really? Oh, you remember that? And that is exactly why you did not wait.
Well. When Stephen sends me the link, when Stephen sends me the link for the show. When Stephen sends me the link for the show 20 minutes before it starts, so I thought what would be useful for the audience, is just to give them a preamble and a setup of where I went and what it was about. The specifics,
all that list of questions,
and yet you're still talking, and yet you're still talking. And the specifics were meant to come from you guys.
What is the use of sending us that list of questions that we were supposed to actually?
I didn't send you any list of questions.
You just had to start it like this. Oh my
I didn't send
God.
you any list of questions. I said to you guys, why
You
don't
just
you ask me questions about the event?
Oh my God. I love you
so,
guys.
so,
I do. So
so now what
I have a
you said
feeling. I'm feeling Usman is a little bit sensitive about my presence on the show, given that he had such great airtime last week.
oh my
I
God,
think he's a
90
little
minutes
bit.
about cigar cases last week.
So,
Let me tell you,
I'm
that was
happy. I'm
I was
happy
on the
just to
edge of my chair.
respond to questions this
Yeah,
week, just to
yeah.
ease everyone back
That's
into
right.
it again.
90 minutes of that. I was like, and this is a cigar, and it was riveting.
Ease myself in.
People that saw me at the cigar shop later that day were like, that was. I was like, wake up, and they loved it. It was riveting, and it was the best thing we've ever seen. And of course, that one made it to Instagram. The AJ Patel one, that Princess, internet supposedly went out. That couldn't make it to Instagram. So there you go. That's it. But
So,
we won.
okay, let me put it this way. What do you guys want to know? Do you want to ask me some questions about Intertabac? Ask away.
No, we just want to hear about the hot chicks that you met, and also about the new cigar companies, and why you think you're a
I
celebrity.
would say you ask me key questions.
my
I'll give you
first
key answers.
question. My first
Yes,
is,
doctor.
not everyone is aware of what Intertabac is,
Right.
where it happens, and all that stuff. So, if
Right.
you do not mind, would you be kind enough
To
His
repeat
Excellency,
yourself.
that you please tell us, where does Intertabac happen? What is the actual concept of Intertabac, and the different formats and different kinds of product categories that are being showcased there? And then we'll take it from there, if you allow us to ask further questions.
So that part we've already done.
Yeah,
I don't
but
give
thanks
a
for
shit. The credits rolled
That
down.
part we've already done. That was the whole point. That was the whole point of the preamble. So now you can ask me specifics. But if you want an answer to that question
Yes,
succinctly,
please. I
a
do.
succinct answer. Intertabac is an annual exhibition / fair
Right.
for anything to do with tobacco, whether it's cigars, vapes, shisha, anything to do with tobacco. It's an annual fair that takes place.
Excuse me, I have a question. What's
in a-
shisha?
Shisha is the sort of hubbly bubbly, the sort of the pipe, sort of very North African Arab kind of
Okay.
sort of like, the shisha pipe, the hookah pipe.
Oh, hookah. Okay, sorry. Thank you.
Right. So anything with tobacco takes place in Dortmund, North Germany, for 3 days every year. It's an annual.
Since when are vapes considered in tobacco?
Oh
Just
my
to
God.
I said it's tobacco and vapes. So for the normals out there, for people who don't smoke lump anything to do with smoke together. So this exhibition includes vapes, and it does include vapes in a minority way. It's a fairly large part of the industry. So this is a 3-day exhibition / fair for industry, for B2B business, which is attended by consumers as well. I would have said maybe my guesstimate is between 10 to 15,000 attendees at the event. That's a guesstimate. More than welcome to look this up on Intertabac's website. It takes place annually, and there is a dedicated area at this fair and exhibition for cigars, which was my interest area, and that's why I went to the event.
Right. Well, that's very cool. So here's my question. You said Mike Tyson was there, and we were talking earlier.
Mike Tyson was there a couple of years ago. He was there a couple of years ago promoting his smoking products.
Okay, so he wasn't there this time.
No.
All right, because I was going to say, Mikey and I were having dinner. He didn't tell me he could do 2 places at once. So here's the question I have. You found a new cigar that you're raving about to me. Probably, I don't know if you told Usman about it, but it is a non-Cuban. And you were like...
You already progressed to that stage. He hasn't even answered the first question.
What was the first question?
What was the answer you were looking for?
Yeah, your first question was like, it would take us 6 hours to do the show. So...
You say they were
So I was hoping you would ask me quick fire questions that we could put together in a short, because if I answer your question in its entirety, that's a 1 hour answer in its own right. So I gave you, as best as I could, a quick summary of the event, where it is.
So you're saying that our fans are absolutely crap and useless, that they are sitting here for you You're gonna just answer the questions in 5 minutes and you're gonna go away so they don't get the knowledge? What's the
No,
reason?
actually, we already had this
reason
conversation.
of us
We
coming to
already
the
had
show
this
is
conversation.
actually share
We
what
would
is
have
happening.
10. We would have 10
Oh my
quick
God.
fire
Starts at
questions,
5
and then we would
o'clock.
expand
The
on
show-
the event.
My friend, the show starts at 5 o'clock. So anything meaty and informative has to start from then. Anything before that is riffraff. So I don't give a shit. What do you say about that before the credit?
I suspect that when we were talking about this before the show,
'Cause you couldn't
what
go on
I
the internet.
suggested was that you guys asked me 10 questions and I give you quick fire answers. And after that, we can expand on the event. Because I was on the show for 20 minutes before you came on, I thought it would be nice for those people listening to have a little bit of a round vision of what happened at the event.
Yes,
That's
he
all.
did. He did.
I
He did.
wasn't aware of the sensitivity or the sensitive nature of this show. So I was just expanding.
Are you aware now? Have you gauged this?
I seem to have been put in my place.
Thank you very much.
So so my answer to your question was deficient. I can only apologize.
Oh my God! Please let's not do this. Anyway, let's
Steven,
talk.
Steven, this is a shot that I have gotten specifically for you.
Yes,
If
I know.
someone actually does not show up 1 week just by saying I'm partying here and there.
Yeah.
Has to come and apologize. See, when I do it, he can do it as well.
And the cigar analyst says, "I see this is going to be a very fiery show today." Yes, my friend, it's going to be some kind of a show today.
It's not a fiery show. It feels like a hormonal show.
Oh my
Well,
God.
Usman is at his his mother-in-law's, so she's been beating him up all day. So I have a feeling, he's got to take it out somewhere.
There's no such thing as mother-in-laws in my case. It's mothers. So I went my mother's.
Mothers.
My home.
It's your mother's. Yes. Okay.
Which is why I'm not smoking today.
Okay. Yeah. I do mothers, but
I'm waiting for the second question.
I have a question. I've asked you a question.
I know,
You
but
don't want to answer
Usman wanted to have his
I'm sorry.
airtime.
Go.
So
Okay, I'm sorry, Usman. I didn't mean
so
that.
if
You
you
know
want
that
to
the 3
remind
hours
me
last
about the
Saturday
question,
wasn't enough
you
for
want to
you.
remind me about the question.
Yeah.
Even ask
Please.
him the question. He's just in a useless frame of mind, just sipping something that he's not even trying to show us, just pouring again and again as if he's sitting in an Arabic bar where they're serving him shots of espresso and he's just gonna find some dates and start eating.
So having told me for the last 6 months to calm down, having told me for the last 6 months to calm down, the whole point was that Usman wanted to be belligerent to me on the show.
I see that.
That's
that
the
now.
whole point. Now, unfortunately, Usman knows that I have no sensitivity of time or place. None.
That's true.
Absolutely none. Zero. So we can carry on that way. If you want to carry on that way, you're more than welcome to carry on that way.
Oh God! All right, so
Ask
girls,
me the next question, Usman. Come on, let's see what happens after your next question. Let's see what happens now. Come on, next question. Come on, come
Now
on.
I'm actually feeling
Come
that
on,
he's
let's have your next question now. Come on. Well,
Yeah, so-
I'm now really keen to hear what you're going to say next to me right now. I'm really keen. You want to make this show about something? I'm now so keen to hear what you're going to say next.
Oh God, Usman's all excited and fired you up. Go on, Usman. I'm going to be quiet. You knock yourself out here.
Question number 2.
Oh,
The question
okay.
number 2 is, what did you do to
The answer is
actually-
no. The answer is no to that question. Third question.
No. Oh.
What's the third question?
The question number 3.
The answer to the question number 3 is red.
Okay, right.
Okay, how about question number 4?
Question number 4?
Yes.
Question number 4. Because if you're going to answer before the question,
53.6 is the answer.
and question number 5.
You haven't asked it yet.
Well, you didn't let me ask any questions and you answered. So question number 5.
The first question you asked was redundant. The reason why it was redundant is because we spent 20 minutes talking about what Intertabac was.
We were building up the show,
and we were kind enough to tell you when you joined is that whilst you've joined, we've just given a quick summary so that you can ask specific questions. We can't even get that right. We have to fuck that up too.
So I
So
want
we've got to the
Okay.
stage. I guess in the information cycle of this show, we've hit peak level, and now it's going down.
Oh,
I think
well,
that's
that's
what's
good. I
happened.
can go to sleep.
So now, before you go down, question number 2 actually is, what did you do to achieve such a level that Ajay had to show you a finger in that entire big kind of a show?
I guess I held up a cigar he didn't like.
I
Right.
think there's more than that, but okay.
Now, question number 3, did you actually learn something?
Yes,
What?
I
What did
learned
you
how
learn?
to spend more time at events like that.
Question
Did you
number
really?
4.
Wait,
Question
stop.
number 4.
Wait, stop before we go to 4. Do you really? Let me ask you seriously. I mean, I know we're joking around a little bit, but do you really think going to events more like that? Are you going because you want to learn, or because you're a celebrity now and everybody wants to take pictures with you?
The second part of what you said is totally wrong.
Really,
The
that's not what you told me.
the
You told me you were like a
the
god
first
there.
part of what you said is correct, and the
Okay.
reason why it's correct is often I find, especially when it comes to the hobby of smoking or any
Right.
hobby, any particular hobby, it's only when you step outside your comfort zones do you learn things, or you meet
Right.
people who will tell you things. You meet all sorts of people, etc., etc.
Right.
One of the things I really enjoyed, which was unexpected for me, it was unexpected. I didn't know what I was going to. What I thought is I'm going to an exhibition where people are parading their cigars and their accessories, etc.
Mhm.
And that is true to some extent. But one of the things that tied that event together is you can smoke anywhere at any time in the exhibition hall, around the exhibition hall. It felt like I time traveled to 20 to 30 years ago in this country, where you could
Right.
smoke, right? Indoors, outdoors, wherever. So whilst many people may not make that a big deal, actually, when you go to an event and an exhibition, you're
Right.
smoking everywhere. That's a very, very fundamental good feeling for a smoker. For someone who's smoking
Yeah.
cigars, you can literally be holding a cigar all day and walking around and chatting to people, and that level of conviviality increases because you're not sitting in one place, you're just moving around, but you have
Right.
the option of sitting at a stand, you have the option. So most people who had stands there would have sort of like a seating area, sort of a welcome area where they're pitching their wares, they're showing you their cigars, and you can literally walk around if you're smoking a cigar from one place, but you can go and sit in someone else. So it was a very free for all, nice experience from that perspective.
Gotcha.
And whilst I say I should go to more shows, it's actually more shows like that. That was, from that perspective, a very, very good feeling of a show. That's what I meant.
So Cigar Aficionado every year has their big smoke in Vegas. Would you? I've been. It's very interesting, but it's from novices to people who think they know things. So would you compare this show, even though this was more of an industry insider show, would you compare it to something like that, where you can
I haven't
walk
been
around
to
and
that.
smoke
I
cigars?
haven't been to the one in Vegas, right?
Well, they
I
haven't
been to-
invited us as a team because now they're a celebrity.
Steven, the right comparison in terms of this question would be to ask,
Yeah.
would you compare it to the show that is done by PCA in the US? Because PCA is also an industry and trade show where
Okay.
all of so the Cigar Aficionados Big Smoke is primarily for smokers.
Right.
PCA is again for industry.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure Reza has been to that one or not, but that is a format I think which can be compared to Intertabac from a perspective. But anyways, so Reza, now that we are actually discussing serious things and we're talking about the show, question number 2, and these are going to sound some very silly and basic questions, but these are the questions that are going to make the difference for someone who actually wants to go and attend it. What is the procedure to enroll for Intertabac, and what is the fee structure if you're going as an individual or an aficionado to explore this?
So this is I can't give you a very defined answer on this, primarily because I was invited to go to the event. So I went basically, so apart from my travel costs and hotel costs, I was attending the event as a guest, and I was attending as a guest of a friend of mine, and also some of these pro cigar family, La Galera. people. I
So
believe that the cost of attending the event is roughly 200 to 300 euros. That's my understanding. Now, so it's in that kind of range, and it's for 3 days. As I was saying to Stephen, I saw so many people who were not of the industry; they were consumers.
yeah,
And actually that's what made it really cool, because you're actually interacting with the full cross section. I'm going to stick very specifically to cigar smokers, because there was
Right.
maybe 10,000 people there that had nothing to do with cigars. They were in there for vapes and all sorts of other things, right? But I'll stick to the cigar smoking community. My guesstimate is just a guesstimate that in the 2 cigar smoking halls there were maybe altogether 2, maybe even 3,000 people.
right.
Okay.
So that is what I've heard recently, that Intertabac, which used to be primarily about cigarettes and cigars, has now reduced a lot uh, in terms of this case, and it has been majorly taken over by vapes, electronic cigarettes, and hookah and shisha and all that stuff. So I am guessing that what you're saying is that if there were 15,000 people and you're taking this 2 to 3,000, so it is actually coming to the fact that it is now reduced to 20 to 25% for this, and the rest has all been taken over by the modern smoking accessories kind of thing, or ways of smoking or consumption.
I guess that's related to demographics as well, because the vapes industry is targeting the younger smokers, you see, and the casual smokers. The cigar industry, and I guess the cigarette industry has become very, very specialized, but the cigar industry, I mean, my favorite cigarette brand was there, which I found totally by accident. And funnily enough, they were within the cigar, they were within the,
The
the
ones.
cigar area, and this was
Right.
Jarum cigarettes from Indonesia, sort of like flavored cigarettes, and I was really enjoying that actually. But
Okay,
the
I got the answer. Now the third question, right? Third question is, if I have to ask you of 2 to 3 new accessories companies
Here we
that
go.
you were there showcasing, and when I say 2 to 3 new companies, I do not want to tell me about Luff and Lame, Mantis, or Ellie Blue, because we all know that they were there and they are the big players. So anyone who you think was notable enough for you to remember? And
you said one there that isn't. It is new. Mantis is new actually. Mantis has only been around for a year actually. And in
okay,
that year, it's got quite a good. I mean, so I know the owner of Mantis, David. I know him because
Hi, David.
pretty much when we smoke, we kind of like I bump into him at Tom Tom, for example. He's a local, and so but they're new and they're doing so well that people think they're kind of like entrenched in the industry. And if there's one to note, that is the one, because the products that he's making are very sort of price accessible,
okay,
simple, clean products. They're my favorite product. I mean, just as a side, is an ashtray made out of it's a silicone styled ashtray. You can drop it, it won't break, it doesn't burn, it's heat resistant. It's a really simple, relatively inexpensive product. I think it retails it for about £25. You can have it in any color. It's a really great product, right? So apart from that, I saw as you say, Bosque were there, and Le Finlam and Esti Dupont, whatever.
oh,
Can I
was
be
this
very honest? I was not focused in the least on accessories
Reza?
anywhere.
Okay, what was DuPont there? Because I heard
Yeah,
this
Dupont
year.
was there big time. Dupont was there big time.
Okay, because apparently I didn't see much from DuPont. I saw a lot from Ellie Blue and
Can
Luffin.
I to
Yes.
be very honest, and without speaking overly controversially, I don't feel them anymore.
Okay.
They're totally, in my opinion, they've watered down. I mean, they're just making loads and loads and loads and loads of lighters, and they may be
You're the one
making
who has like 50 ST DuPont
no,
lighters.
but
You can go clicky, clicky,
well,
clicky.
I can only give but I can only give you my feeling on this. Yeah,
Right.
it was there. It's Alain, the owner, was there. He had he's got quite a few now. If we're talking about ST DuPont, he's got tie-ups with Arturo Fuente. He's
Right.
got tie-ups with El Septimo there in different ways, in different
Right.
categories. They had their sort of like showstopper
Accessories.
lighters and pieces there. Can I be honest with you? It's like if you go to a show and there's 100 Lamborghinis, you kind of like, each Lamborghini kind of loses value. It's like
Right.
there was nothing. It's like there's no wow moment there anymore. Everything is kind of wowish, if you know what I
Right.
mean.
Now,
So
now that you say
it's
that,
diluted down.
okay, sounds good. Now that you say that you're not very much focused on accessories and you've not much elaborated on that, what were you there for? Because in that
That's a very
case,
good question. No, that's a very good question. I was there on a bit of an exploratory trip to see what this is about. I was there on an invite, and I wasn't quite sure what I was going to get. And the format of this event was that the fair slash exhibition is between 10 and 6 every day. But even at
okay,
6 o'clock, and I was saying this to Stephen before, even at 6 o'clock, whilst the stands are shutting down, the exhibition hall stays open. You can literally walk around empty stands if you wanted to. I found that a little bit weird, but you can carry on smoking. And then in the evening, I had not realized is that some of the major cigar retailers were throwing very well organized private parties at the
okay,
exhibition. So at the exhibition center. So they would have rented another warehouse style space. So for example, on the first evening, I went to a Pro Cigar event. So the whole Pro Cigar family, for anyone who doesn't know, so this is Pro Cigar is the association in Dominican Republic of their sort of top brands. I don't know how many
Right.
brands are in it, yeah, but not all the brands, but most of the top brands are part of Pro Cigar. And having attended Pro Cigar in the Dominican Republic, I can tell you that the party that they threw in the evening, which there must have been 1,000 people at this dinner, drinks, cigar party, it felt like I was in Dominican Republic. They had the similar kind of dancers and color scheme, and they branded it that if you didn't know where you were, you wouldn't realize you're not in North Germany. You would think you're in the Dominican Republic, and that was just one party. And on the second evening, I went to the Oliva party, and there was a cigar journal
Whoa, wait,
party.
so I'm
that
sorry.
was
Whoa,
there.
whoa, stop. Whoa, stop. Whoa.
thank you, Stephen, thank
Oliva.
you.
This is the guy who says Oliva, pooey, constantly. And you went to the Oliva party. You Benedict Arnold, you.
Well, I went to the party because it was happening, and I went to the
Okay.
party
Were you
because I was
invited?
invited.
You were
And
invited.
so
Have they
that
seen this show?
actually,
Have they seen this show?
no, let me also just put a sort of a side note in here. Yeah, there was no Cuban cigar representation at this event in
Oh,
any
that's
way,
okay.
right?
This
So
time,
about
did not come this time. They were last year was their last show apparently, and this year they decided not to come to the party. I've heard Davidoff also did not come.
well,
On
no.
the,
So Roy was there. I hung out with Roy for a little while, but Davidoff didn't have a stand there.
Well, that's what I'm talking. When I'm talking about Davidoff did not come, that means actually they did not have a company stand. Roy can be there in his personal capacity or even as the head of Davidoff UK, but we're talking of the company itself. So there was no Habanos, there was no Davidoff.
Right. So on to Stephen's point about going to the Oliva event.
Yeah.
Ththese are the events that are happening. And if you're invited, you're invited, and you
Gotcha.
can smoke whatever you feel like. By the way, you don't have to be smoking Oliva cigars, but when you go there, so this was on the second evening. Again, they've within the exhibition area, they've hired a breakout area, a beautiful area with bar and stage and everything. Again, I would have said there's maybe 700-800 people at this party, and there's music and drinking. There wasn't food at the Oliva party, but
Can I
they had a
ask you?
stand.
Can I ask you
They
another
had-
question? I mean, we get to the party. We got it. Relax. There's cigars there. There's pretty women, and you're smoking cigars. Yeah, we got it's a party. And here's the important question, and this affects husband because Princess is sensitive. So when you were walking around and they were telling you what celebrity you are and throwing the rose petals at your feet, did anybody ask where we were? I think that's what Usman's upset about, is that you have not said that you told us people watch the show, but the way you said it is they all watch it for you. So Princess wants to know privately, she's in tears. Did they ask where we were?
Stephen,
No.
please don't. This will make you engaged.
No one asked that question.
I didn't think so.
You know where I was upset, and now you've just poked the bell.
I
No
know.
one asked that question.
Yeah, no, that's not a question. I
No.
just checked.
So maybe so if I can grab that thread, maybe what's behind that question is this.
Yeah.
This is the answer to that, right?
Yeah.
There are plenty of people on social media that I follow. Some of them follow me, etc., etc., etc.
Right.
One of the very other interesting things that happen, very nice conviviality in terms of conviviality. I'm bumping into people, and people are bumping into me that I know. I kind of know them, but I've never
Okay.
met them,
Gotcha.
and that is a very nice way, especially in the cigar industry. I mean, there's all sorts of communities and whatever, hobbyists and whatever it may be. But from a cigar smoking perspective, it's a very nice, pleasant thing. I see a smiling face. Oh, how are you? It's just nice, and that was it wasn't the main part of the experience. It was just one of those extra sparkles of
Okay.
meeting nice people.
Nice.
It's not, you don't go there for that. You go there for, well, I went there as an education. I hadn't been there before. I'm certainly feeling that having been there once, I should go again. There are many events I've been to for the first time where I thought, look, I've done that. That's it. I don't want to do it. Like, for example, Henley Regatta in the UK. Yeah, I've been there once.
Right.
I have no desire to go again. Been there, seen it, done it, right?
All right.
But here, this felt like something of value, of
All right.
conviviality, educational. You see cigar brands that you've perhaps seen on Instagram or on YouTube, and then you can go and actually sample them and see, hang on, does this match up to what I saw, my experience? There were some notable absences there as well. But anyway, if you want to carry on asking questions, otherwise I can keep on rambling.
Yeah.
Please ramble.
So from this, who were the notable absentees?
So the Arturo Fuente stand was physically there. It was physically there, but but it was not manned, and they had put up a notice board saying, "Unfortunately, this year we are unable to attend." I didn't even read it properly for all sorts of reasons, but this year we are not here. But they had the stand. They had the allocated stand. They had their branding, but there was no one to man the stand, and there was no one there, so it was an empty stand. So that was a notable absence. The other notable absence, which we already referred to, is there was no Habanos representation there whatsoever. That's the other notable absence. And then the third one, Davidoff, because so those were the absences. But let me just put this in also, by way of presence, it seemed to me that the two exhibition halls for cigars were broadly broken up into two categories, broadly, but I could be wrong. Broadly was the pro cigar family, and the other side was basically everything else. There was a big presence there by Tor, who are the importers into the UK of cigars from like Nicaragua and Dominican Republic, Ecuador, etc., etc., etc. But that was the kind of broad breakup. And then when it came to accessories companies, they were sprinkled throughout.
Okay. Was Padron there?
Padron was there.
Okay.
And Shorty's piece says Habanos doesn't care, which is probably true because everyone's buying Cubans like there's no big deal. So he's probably correct.
Yeah. Okay. Also, I mean, I've never been to Intertabac, but I think I have a feeling that it is not only about Habanos doesn't care. It is also about the fact that most of Intertabac in the last few years has practically been taken over by vapes, electronic cigarettes, e-cigarettes, hookah, shisha, and all of those people by a majority, as a result of which the cigar smokers and the cigar people do not go there. And hence, maybe that is why it is gone low on the priority.
Having been there, that's not the feeling that I got.
Okay.
Having been there, that's not the feeling I got. Whilst the vapes part is there, right? Yeah. If you stayed, and I did, for 2 whole days, I stayed in the cigar exhibition areas, and you would think that's the whole exhibition because it's so massive. You don't need to kind of, you can find your own kind of niche. So if you've got nothing to do with cigars, you want to stay in the vapes, there are no end of halls doing that. So the only reason why everything is lumped together is that I guess for the organizers it's convenient to brand this as a sort of like a smoking exhibition, right? Anything that falls under smoking. Right. Okay. Whereas vaping is not the same as smoking, cigars are not the same as cigarettes, etc., etc. But it's all kind of lumped together because that way the whole floor space is booked, and it was just massive. I can't even imagine the figures on this. It was just absolutely massive. Right. Imagine almost 2 football stadiums worth of floor area. I would have said. Right. Okay.
So Cigar Analyst has a question for you. And it's something you and I talk about this week off air. And I've ordered, so I'm going to try them. Talk about he says, what cigar brand Steven said Reza was hyped about? So yeah, why don't you tell everybody about what you were
this
hyped
brand?
about?
So this is a brand called Platinum Nova. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the reason why Platinum Nova was on my mind and why I was so curious about it is, again, sort of around COVID, post-COVID, these people were quite prevalent on Instagram.
Right.
And I maybe on YouTube, but it was a very Instagrammy kind of brand, a bit like EGM cigars.
Right.
There was another one which is not a Cuban one. I think it was San Cristobal Cigars. I remember talking to a smart about this. It had parrots on it, and they had the Paradise series, and etc. etc. It's a very Instagram kind of like, they were popping, and these Nova cigars had a beautiful sort of like Tiffany-esque branding color, which for some reason stuck, and they were doing really basic accessories and cigar. But the actual package, the actual cigars looked almost, when you eat with your eyes, they look very tantalizing. And I've never found them in the UK. They don't exist in the UK. I've never seen them anywhere else, right? Okay, I've never even seen them when I'm traveling. And when I actually saw the stand, I thought, well, hang on, here's a bit of a journey. This is a cigar I've had my eye on, a brand I've had my eye on for the last 4 or 5 years. Let me try it and see what it's about. And I was really lucky that the owner of the brand, a guy called Amir, turned out to be very, very nice, classy, generous, sophisticated person. And my first experience of this cigar brand, apart from seeing it visually, is the owner, whose personality is so attractive. There's a nice wide smile, grinning face, very, very nice person, very hospitable person. And that increases your anticipation of what product has he made. Right. And the lady that runs this brand on his behalf, Leonore, she's on Instagram. I think it's Cigar Blondie as well. She's quite prevalent on Instagram. Again, these two characters together are running a brand that if you stand there, and you stood at the stand, and I put some photos up on my Instagram, it's a very, very polished, luxurious, tantalizing product. I smoked it. The cigar that he gave me to smoke immediately was the Club Classic. It was the Platinum Nova Club Classic with a Havana wrapper on it. And it smoked like a dream. I'll be very honest with you. I was at the stand. I was having a very, very nice dialogue with the owner, and I was smoking a cigar, and I thought, this is really good. And then what happens with me is when I start experimenting with cigars, I kind of thought, well, hang on, this will be a unicorn moment because it's a great cigar. I'm just in a really good mood. Right. But fortunately, I had 3 or 4 more cigars that they gave me and said, look, Reza, in your own time, go and try these. And I actually, later that day, smoked the Club Classic again. Okay. On my own, walking around. Just walking around the exhibition hall, smoking a cigar. I had the exact same sort of like, hey, this is a really, really good product. Okay. And that's what I enjoy. That's generally what I enjoyed is when you step out of your comfort zone and there is something to tantalize you and you try it and you're happy with it. That's a really good moment. And that's a special moment.
He said, I recently had a Platinum Nova, great cigar. They have a nice Lancero.
Yeah, so what I did as well.
I did is they had a September special because I'm a Jew and I'm not spending $500 on 12 cigars that I've never smoked before. So they have a $75 special. It's called the Jew special. So that's what I bought. I guess you get 4 or 5 cigars and you get one of everything. So I'm going to try that. And then next week on the show, I will smoke one and tell you live what I think. Not that anybody cares, but I'm going to try it. But I'm very excited to try it. And you said that's like your cigar of the year. You were raving about this like the year of the whatever last year.
No. My cigar of the year remains Siglo 2, Cohiba Siglo 2. But this may be the cigar find of the year for me.
Okay, very nice.
Because it wasn't just the cigar, it wasn't just the branding, it wasn't just the packaging, it wasn't just the social media, it wasn't just the owner. It was a combined experience of a product that someone has taken great care to bring to you, and it's quite a nice product as well.
Gotcha.
It's not life-changing, but it's quite a nice product, and that entices you to try more down the line. That's why that was a good moment.
Very nice.
And it was unexpected, and it was unexpected as well.
Very cool. I like it. I think I'm looking forward to trying it. I hope it's everything you say.
Yeah, and the Lancero was also not bad at all.
And then the Source P just gave us €2, apparently, the LO Jew special. So there you go. Thank you very much. See, my people, they know. They like give the Jew the money, and they know what we're going to do with it. Good. We have space lasers too.
That might get you a decent cigar in the
for
USA.
for €2, €2 or whatchamacallit. That'll do something. I'm sure.
So that answers hopefully your question about what was the special cigar. Maybe Ali's question was special.
It does.
Cigar.
I like the fact that you found a cigar that you enjoyed that wasn't Cuban for the people, our fans that are in America, because we got rid of you guys a long time ago there in these colonies. But it was in America, so they can try something now instead of saying.
That's the branding, by the way.
We'll do a close up. There you go, kids. Nova Cigar Platinum. There you go.
To show you.
Yeah, beautiful. I'm crying. That's how beautiful it is. But no, I'm glad you. I'm look at the tier right there.
I mean, in all the brands, if I can pick out two that, so I'm talking at the Intertabac event. There are two brands that have got branding down to a fine art.
Right.
EGM.
Okay. Yes, EGM's good.
EGM's branding on everything is detailed, on point. They have a social media guy who I met for the first time. I hope I get his name correct. Diane. Ettore was there, and Giuliano was there. Giuliano is the UK distributor of EGM. But if you look at the EGM stand, in the same way as you look at the Nova stand, there is eye to detail on everything, whether it's the cigar band, whether it's the packaging, whether it's the cigar, whether it's the bag, whether it's the accessory, the tray, the way that everyone is dressed makes a difference. There's a uniformity of expression of ethos of a cigar. I really dig that because really I'm a very shallow person, right? So to lure me in, it's got to look. No, I mean, look. You can find something amazing, but it kind of hides under nothing special.
Right.
But if something is branded well, but also the product also delivers. So it's not just branded well and the product doesn't deliver. It's branded well and the product delivers. That's a bit of a delight as far as I'm concerned, because what you've done.
I agree.
So those two, Nova and EGM.
Right.
Just across the board in every little product, even the lighter. So for Nova, even their lighters, which are, I don't know what these are. This is a model that you find absolutely everywhere. Okay, you find it, but the Nova lighters are exactly the same. This blue color, the cutter is the same. Same with EGM. There is consistency right across the board. And what they've done is they've invested and designed to bring you a product that keeps you within that product cycle, right? So that's what I find very, very interesting. If you try one EGM cigar, actually you're tantalized to try the others.
Okay.
You see, if you try one Nova product, you're tantalized to try the others, and you are tantalized because they're good as opposed to being crap.
Okay. Well, I will tell you that my Nova cigars are on their way. And thank you, like I said, to Soros for giving us €2. And he says YouTube takes $1 or €1 of it. I get €1 back. So I told him I now can afford to at least buy the band. on the premium cigar. So I'm very excited they get the band. And then in a couple more weeks, I can buy the whole cigar. I'm very excited. Ali wants to know, or the cigar analyst Ali says, would you say that was the highlight of the event, the Nova
There was
cigar?
no,
We all
there
know
was
about
no,
the gem.
no, there was no one particular highlight, and that is why I'm quite enamored with this event. That's why I would go to this event, because this event gave, depending on how you attend it, gives you the opportunity to do lots of different things. First, there's a little bit of cigar discovery. Secondly, if you are into the accessories, there's no end of accessory discovery. I wasn't so much into it. I'm it wasn't my thing.
Okay.
Not for any other reason. I was going there for the first time. Next time I go, I might focus on accessories as well, right? But it is what it is, yeah?
Right.
Third thing, and none of these are in any particular order, by the way, right? So the third thing is people meeting. So I met people, some people for the first time, some people for the second time, some people for the 50th time, right? And what you're doing is you're meeting people in a new setting. It's not an event setting. You're not going to a cigar tasting. You're meeting people on floor space where you are kind of like, the conversations can go in any particular direction. You could talk about family and kids. You could talk about cigars. You could sit down and talk about the burger that you're eating. It's that kind of very, very sort of festival style interaction. So that was really good.
Okay.
Another thing that was really good is these parties that I did not know were happening in the evening, they're not part of the event, but they're organized by those attending the event. And that's another one. Then you have the sort of breakouts where you meet people who are there as well, and you go for a bite to eat with them or a drink or whatever it is. AJ and Reka very kindly, they took me out. We went had dinner on the second evening. So that was really nice. And you're getting to spend downtime with people that you normally interact in a sort of consumer and retailer setting, but you're interacting with them in a private way. So all of those things were highlights. All of those things were highlights in one way or the other. So there was not one highlight. There were many, many, many highlights.
So I guess my question then is, you had all these highlights, you got to meet people, and I know I bust your chops because you were telling me that people were coming up to you saying, they've seen the show and they like you and this and that. So out of all of it and all these different highlights, what was, other than you had to drive into the land of Nazis, what was the best, what was your best experience of the show? Was it me hanging out? I know Jow is a fan of the show, and Jow, we know Jow. He likes to smoke 3 cigars at once. He's not normal, but that's fine. And so we know AJ, and we know.
Thanks for saying that.
Yeah, you're welcome. So we know all these other people that AJ has been on the show. Hopefully his daughter will be coming on the show. We're hoping the Nova people will come on and talk about their cigars and their blending and all that. So out of it all, what was like I know it's once again.
Honestly, I can't give you an answer because I'm finding it difficult.
Right.
And this is a very good compliment of this event, or at least my attendance of this event. I'm having great difficulty saying this was the highlight of the event. The whole thing was a great experience. And if there's anything that I can impart, is that this is an event well worth attending if you're a cigar enthusiast. And it doesn't matter if you're a Cuban cigar enthusiast and there's no Cuban cigars there. Obviously, take your own, smoke your own, if that's how you feel about it, right? But it's a bit of a journey of discovery, as far as I found out, and it's a journey. It's a journey that I'm happy to attend again, because you kind of, as I said to you, it's a bit of a time traveling kind of moment. You kind of feel that you are in a world that existed 30 years ago. And I'm just seeing messages flash up on the screen. You can smoke anywhere, chat with anyone, do anything. So that was the highlight, really. The highlight, actually, if you want to put it down, the highlight was being able to smoke anywhere all the time.
I was going to say, that sounds like that was the highlight. I think next year, I think it'd be very cool if you go back to tell us if it has the same. It's kind of like when you're a kid here in the States, and the first time you get to go to the Disney World, right? It's like this whole new, oh my God, it'd be cool to see next year if you go back. Do you still have the,
I think that's a really good. No, I think that's a really good analogy you just drew up, right? If you go to Disneyland for the first time, right, and someone says, "What's your highlight?" The highlight is the whole bloody trip, the whole experience of it, the whole vibe. there was a vibe there. As a cigar smoker, at
Right.
no stage was there any place where I was told you can't smoke. I've walked into the toilets with a cigar in my mouth.
Nice.
Right? Okay. So those things are a little bit incredible. You can't do that here in the UK.
Right.
Right? You just can't do those things here in the UK. So I found that very, very liberating. And after a while, I just kind of felt this is a bit normal, but it was unsettlingly normal.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. It was sort of like, really? I mean, really? I had to think twice about. I just want to pop to the toilets. Where do I put my cigar? And I just walk around with your cigar, put it in your mouth, go
Right.
to the toilets, come back again. It's really weird. And so that was. I think that is the highlight. The highlight is that the vibe continues anywhere you go, anywhere.
Gotcha. I like that. That's very nice. I was very happy when you were talking to me there and texting me and letting me know how it was going, to hear that it was going so well for you. So I thought that was very nice that it was good. And the fact that you signed a few autographs, I thought was also made you feel good. We had to pay those people, but it made you feel good.
One of the
downers,
one of the downers was that really I tried to go live, and I did go live right at the beginning of my visit there.
Right.
But for some reason, not some reason, there was no real charge up points for my phone.
Gotcha.
So by 1 o'clock, virtually every day, I was always down to 10%, and then just saving my battery constantly for the end of the day in case of an emergency or this or that, the other. Right. So that I felt slightly deficient on, but that, the next time I'll plan better.
So basically, So basically, the organizer of the show need to make sure they have the charging stands for free. So influencers and celebrities such as yourself, no, you're a celebrity, calm down. Celebrities such as yourself should be able to go to the show and let the fans know how much we love them by letting them see where we're doing. Like that, huh? Look at that. So.
No, well worth attending. Well worth attending. If you can make it, it's worth attending. If you're anywhere in North Europe, I don't think and you're a cigar smoker, I don't think there's any good reason why you shouldn't attend. It's relatively accessible. It's relatively inexpensive. To attend.
200 euros is relatively cheap. Yes, I agree with that. It's just the other stuff.
I'm not sure, but I think it's between 200 and 300 euros to attend.
Right, but then you have your travel and your hotel, whatever. But Zhao is willing to put everybody in his room because he gets a big room. So yeah, you can stay with Zhao. We'll give you his number. So that was very cool. I'm glad we got to hear about that. Now next week, boys, what do we have? Do we have any special guests coming, or is it just going to be the three of us? And next week, Usman will be back at his lair. So you can watch us live either on YouTube or Instagram. So we apologize to the people that thought they'd see us on Instagram today. But next week we'll be on Instagram, we'll be on YouTube. And as we always say, you can catch us every Sunday wherever you get your podcast. That'll magically appear on the podcast as well, under Two Old Farts Making Noises, or look for Habanos Saturday, and we'll help you get that. And all the links in below if you need them. And our new fan, by the way, this, let me make sure I get this right. Sorties P was asking where else are we? And I told him all our Instagram handles are under our name. If you like what you see and hear, don't forget to subscribe and like. And that's it. I did my commercial now. Now I can sit here and look pretty. So there you have it. So
this week we will go back to our accessories.
Oh my God! That is so exciting! The fans are. Oh my God! They're falling out of their chair for that. Hold on. There you go. I like these.
Fans are the ones who actually asked us to bring in discussions on cigar reviews or accessories. Hence, we're doing what they asked for. So next week we will talk about the travel cases and travel humidors.
Okay.
And the different kinds, the differences, and what is it that you can use in different situations.
Very nice. I'm excited. That'll be fun.
Yep.
Usman's like, yeah, that'll be great. I got these two guys. They're going to start 20 minutes early without me again. I'm going to have to come on the show and yell at them for 30 minutes, and then I'm going to go into it. That's going to be awesome. So, yeah. The fun part of the show will be that first 20 minutes. Then you'll come in and we'll be right there with you. Not to worry. So how's everything else? Is good, gentlemen? Everything's good. Everybody's happy. Any announcements we want to make to the fans before we go? Reza, anything you want to say about the...
You should like, comment, and subscribe. We don't say enough on this show. If you're enjoying the show, like it, write a comment, and subscribe to the show, because then the notifications will come up. It happens consistently for the past year and a half, 2 years at 1 o'clock GMT. I don't know if we're in GMT or British Summer Time, 1 o'clock London time. Stephen is sitting in Tampa, Florida. Usman is sitting in Pakistan. We straddle 3 time zones. We make an effort to be here for ourselves, to have a chat. If you like joining in, subscribe to the channel.
And Ali K, and those men don't get mad. Ali K says, yes, I thought you would cancel the accessory series. I
That's
just
just a
thought
poke
that
in the
was
frog.
cute.
I
I know.
will.
He's just trying to get him going.
You think I will let both of them actually take over a cigar show and just do the riffraff only? No. We will keep some cigar content.
I know.
I know.
This is like,
I know none of us smoked today, but
Yeah.
I'm hoping that next week all of us, for
Yes.
a change,
yes.
light up our cigars and actually make it feel like we are a cigar show.
Well, the only thing I'm waiting for, and Reza wasn't on the show last week, so we have very special custom-made patio furniture here for the yacht. It's coming from a store that you can't really get into unless you're invited. It's called La Walmart.
Walmart, yeah.
And so, yes, so we're waiting for them to come and put it in on the aft or whatever they call the back of a yacht. So once that's here, I will be able to sit outside and enjoy hopefully my Nova cigar and go look at me. I'm smoking a Nova cigar with
Platinum
my expensive
Nova.
patio.
I understood it's Platinum Nova.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, God forbid I don't get that right. The Platinum Nova cigar. That makes everyone feel better. Now, you and the owner became kind of friendly. Yes, hold on. We'll get a close-up of that. Free advertising. That's what we do here on the show. Thank you very much.
So very cleverly, Leonor. So this is a magnetic badge, right? Okay.
Right.
I don't know if you can
Yeah,
focus.
we can see it. Yeah, we're not blind.
Magnetic badge. She sort of like so it goes on like this, right? So it's like a
She wanted to
lapel
touch.
badge.
She wanted to touch you. I got it.
Well, no, it was quite
We have
quite a clever move because
Yeah.
it was a marketing move. She said,
Do we have to pull a doll out
she
or
said,
anything?
and the owner said, "Oh, look, you're part of the family now." I said, "That's great." And then I forgot
That's
about
nice.
it. I put it on my shirt. I put it on my shirt
Yeah.
collar, and then I forgot about it.
Yeah.
And I was wearing it all day and at the party in the evening. And someone said, "That's a really nice thing that you're wearing on your lapel."
Oh my
And I
God,
looked
that's
down. I
too
thought,
cute.
fucking hell, that branding has been walking around all fucking day, everywhere, in the nicest way, in the very, very nice way. This is very, very a cool quality kind of product, right? Yeah.
Very cool.
So they kind of managed to they tagged me and they didn't realize I was walking. I didn't realize I was walking around all day wearing it. So it was kind of fun.
Well, we will, like I said, I'll do a review of that either next week or the week after, and it'll be on my Instagram
Elegant,
as well. We'll talk
very
about
elegant
it on the show.
product.
Yeah.
Elegant product.
And I'll do the unboxing on Instagram so people can see it. But I'm glad. But you met the owner, and you told me the owner was a very nice guy, and
Very
Eleanor
cool,
was
very,
very
very
nice.
cool guy.
Mrs.
Cool guy, very
Roosevelt.
well-dressed guy.
We all like Mrs. Roosevelt. So will either Mrs. Roosevelt or the owner of Nova Platinum come on the show and tell us the history
Not
of
Mrs.
Nova?
Roosevelt. Mrs. Roosevelt's Eleanor Roosevelt. So her name is Leonor. There's no E in the name.
Lucky.
Leonor.
You're lucky I even got it close. So Leonor or the owner, will one of them be coming on the show anytime soon to talk about their cigars?
We can ask. We can find out. We can ask.
You're the friends with the owner. We don't know him. He doesn't know Usman and I. He doesn't even know we exist
Well, when I
because
say we, I meant the royal we, yeah? But we can ask them.
I'll make a royal we later. But no, I mean, I
think-
figure, it would be good. I mean, it'd be interesting for the fans to hear from a real cigar person. Not that we're not, but we have a sommelier, which I pronounce wrong. We have you
We
and
had
I.
AJ a couple of weeks ago. He's a real cigar person. You got Usman. He's a real cigar person. I'm just the fake. You're the fake. We're just on a little bit of a journey. These people know.
Yeah. They're all real cigar people. But here's a guy who actually is making his cigars. AJ's not making cigars. AJ's a real cigar person on the other side of the fence.
Oh, I see. You mean a cigar manufacturer? Owner.
That would be kind, right? Because we have AJ is wonderful, and all these guys, and Aaron Sigmund wonderful, and they're all real cigar guys, but they're real cigar guys on the other spectrum, right? Which is much different. And hearing their stuff and their stories and what they talk about cigars is very cool. But here's a gentleman who's using a Cuban wrapper and whatever the filler is, and to hear his story on what made him come up with it would be fascinating. I think. I'm just saying that would be my thought.
I can summarize what he said to me. He said he himself is really just a Cuban cigar smoker who wanted to create a product that could satisfy to some extent someone who was also another Cuban cigar smoker, but
There you go.
didn't want to smoke Cuban at that point. Was tried Dominican leaf or something else. So that was his
Oh, very
rationale.
cool. All right. Well, thanks. Now that blew that whole interview. We don't need him now. There you go.
What
All right.
happened? What happened?
You know who we can get? Your best friend, Rocky Patel. He can come on because we know you love his cigars.
A lovely guy, lovely
Yeah,
guy.
no, nice guy.
You see, he's such a lovely guy. I don't know what to say after that, right?
I know,
But
because
don't really
you-
smoke his cigars.
I know because you told us they're crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know. But you do smoke Camacho, which is nice, and Oliva V. You told us was crap, but you went to their party for the free food. We got that. Very nice. Very nice.
There was no food at their party. It was just drink and music and cigars.
Oh, so basically,
But actually, more importantly, it was the people that were at the party. They were. You get the full cross section.
very nice.
You
Very
get the
nice.
full cross section. You get the full age cross section. You have people who are there 70 years old. You have people there who are 22 years old.
Nice.
That's the cool thing about the cigar industry,
Right.
especially now, is you're seeing the full cross section. And that's what was
Very
interesting to watch and interact with.
Well, let me just say this because I know we have a new fan, the Sorties P. Thank you so much. And Sorties P is the first person, and I want to bring this up, that has ever done the super fan thing where he's actually done.
Didn't even know it
this.
existed.
Yeah,
I didn't
look,
know it
there you
existed.
go. He gave us the €2 juice special. Thank you very much. We've never ever had anybody on any show do that, so he will always stand out on this show, number 869. That he is the first one to do it. It only took 869 shows to get €2. Thank you. So here you go to our fans.
I just realized, Stephen, you forgot to put comments on today.
No, its comments have been on all day. You just can't see them. We're seeing them.
I'm seeing them. They're on.
Yeah, we all
on
see
the,
them.
They're on the big screen.
Yeah,
I can see
you
them
got
on
a
the big
crappy.
screen.
It's because you're using some iPad that doesn't work. I can't help you, and it's on my iPad because it's over there. And I'm seeing
You know
them.
what? Because if you watch the live link, if you watch the live link, it's got the comments coming up in the corner. That's how I can see. I can physically see them on the big screen.
Yeah, and it also has it if you're on your laptop, which how we do it, right? Because it's on the right-hand side where it always is every Saturday for you. But since you're on the iPad, it's there. So everyone will get to see the comments when we rebroadcast. So anybody that's watching or listening, put the rebroadcast out in about an hour, hour and a half. Podcast tomorrow if you don't want to look at our pretty faces. We want to thank all the fans once again. And thank you, Sorties P. And apparently all three of us are going to get a new follower today. So thank you for that. And that's it, guys. Unless we have anything else, we're going to say goodbye. And we're going to see everybody next Saturday, same time, same bat channel. Anything else? Oh,
Goodbye.
Alec K said something else. Hold on. Got to read his comment or he'll cry. Hey, Reza. Oh, yeah. Well, these people wait till the last minute. Hey, Reza, do you have a brand that's out of the Dominican Republic or Cuba that you like?
There are 3 brands, it seems to me, right now.
Go.
Davidoff,
Yep.
the Platinum Nova,
Yep.
and EGM.
There
Those
you
seem
go.
to be the
That's
ones and they're connected by the fact that they're quality looking products, they're quality branded products.
Yep.
And the product is quality.
There you go.
I'm not
And
saying
I throw
others
in
aren't.
Cal
I'm not
Sagan.
saying others aren't, but those
Yeah.
are the ones I've discovered up till now. So let me put
Gotcha.
a caveat.
And
I'm not
you
saying
haven't
others
had
aren't,
this-
but those are the ones I'm impressed by up
But-
till now.
I would tell you Calistoga Windsor the Daughter is an excellent brand too for a small batch cigar.
Just to
Honestly.
correct and pronounce it right, it is Quesadaglia Cigars, and
Yeah.
the cigar in that is Daughters of the Wind.
Yeah. What I said, Calistoga Windsor the Daughter. I don't understand. It was the same thing. We said the same exact thing, just a different language. So Eleanor, whatever her name is. There you go. All right, kids. Everybody have a great week. Have a great rest of your Saturday. We'll see you all next week. Have a great day, everybody. Cheers.